my story imprinting co-founder, Anne-Marie Hoftailing. And today we're going to talk about a really important story that you should have in your arsenal, and it is about a person who changed you. So first of all, I'm going to ask you, Anne-Marie, why is this an important story? Why should people think about this?
I think about this story as being critical because it's about transformation. You need transformational stories in your library of stories. And one thing that I will say is it doesn't have to be somebody who was great. A jackass could have changed you too. And one of the things that happened in a training I did, 2-day training I did in Chicago, is both days of the training when I asked somebody to share a story about somebody who changed their life, both of them said a 4th grade math teacher. And it was because the 4th grade math teacher was horrendous to them.
Right.
So y'all, 4th grade math teachers in America, be nicer. You're so powerful about it. But I think that it's important to realize these can be people who in some way saw you, heard you, and understood you for the first time, and that was transformational. It could be somebody who gave you an opportunity, but it could also be somebody who bullied you, somebody who behaved badly, who gave you intense, harsh criticism. Those people are absolutely signposts on your journey of moments of transformation.
Do you find that people have a hard time kind of wrapping their minds around how to get into those stories that maybe aren't so positive or paint others maybe in a less than flattering light? And how do you counsel people to kind of get through that story generation process?
Yeah, I think that it's tough because it requires vulnerability. Mm-hmm. It's hard to share a story where you aren't shiny, where you aren't a hero, where somebody told you that you were stupid or you weren't going to make it or that you were struggling. And it's also tough when that person is our mentor or our coach or our parent or our teacher. So I think it can have some real fragility around it, but I always tell people, move towards the story you don't want to tell, that you're so scared about. That's the story that's going to save somebody's life.
Right.
Because they hear that story and they feel like, yeah, me too. I was that person too. But and listen, maybe you'll never tell exactly the version of the story totally truthfully and vulnerably, but that's where you should be heading towards if you want to be a totally empowered leader.
And right, I mean, I think this has such application in a corporate context, right? Because we talk a lot about this in our trainings. A lot of the best stories that you can tell, I think, are where you're in that one-town position, mm-hmm. right? Because you're giving the person that you're talking to, maybe you're giving them some tough feedback, or maybe you're giving them some news that frankly, you'd probably rather be anywhere else than doing that thing. But you're able to say, listen, I've been where you are, and let me tell you about it, right? So this is an incredibly important story for you guys to have in your arsenal. We would love to hear from you. Tell us about a time, comment on these posts, and let us know about a story about someone who's changed you. We think this is incredibly important as you kind of move toward your own professional narrative.